Bert and Billy. Bert, you see that the creature is kind of flailing about and is beginning to is standing up now on its two back legs and is beginning to look around, but it seems to be very confused as it's looking kind of back towards where the ship is with that kind of very high-pitched noise, and then looking elsewhere for like an extended period of time. But it's kind of like with its one arm that it's able to kind of use still. It's just kind of like doing this weird motion as if it's a bit overwhelmed. What would you like to do, you two?
I'm gonna throw another frag grenade. Just straight at it.
Okay. Go ahead and make I guess this would technically be a combat roll at this point.
Which I pointed into explosives.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. And with the combat roll, you do technically get a +5% because you're next to another Marine. So you're, because critical success. Amazing. So you throw it, and you manage to get the grenade to be perfectly timed so that when you pull the pin, you wait for a moment and then you throw it so that when it goes through the air, it lands very close to where that opening already kind of was from the explosion inside of it, and it just blows it open even more. Go ahead and roll 2d10 for that one as well. 9. Okay. Yeah, it blows a very large chunk of it, and it kind of falls onto the ground, and it's trying to right itself. It's scurrying around a little bit. It's definitely not as fast as it used to be, and it seems to be trying to make its way to into this main area again. And you can see that it's aiming itself towards one of the walls, as if to climb up onto the ceiling.
Billy, it's down. It's hurting, and I'm gonna point like where its general location is.
I still can't see it, right?
Correct.
Is there like
you can
a blood trail or anything?
You can kind of see. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of it that is missing now. Yeah, you can see that there's this like weird trail of kind of very dark, kind of dark brownish liquid. That's just like a thin trail is starting to kind of come towards your general direction.
So would I be able to tell exactly where it is based on that trail, or is it still
You have a pretty good idea.
And I'm gonna be pointing, like kind of.
Yeah, and with Bert's help, it would negate the disadvantage of it being invisible. So you would just roll a straight roll.
For throwing
For
a
if you wanted
grenade?
any sort of like attack or anything you wanted to do on it.
Any sort of attack?
Yeah, so you could use like a gun if you wanted to or anything like that.
How far away are we from it?
You are within like a medium range distance. If you want to get technical with it. So I don't think you're far enough away that any of your
I'm thinking more like if I'd be fast enough to run up and like punch it really hard, but I'll throw a grenade at it.
Cool.
That might be probably the safer option, but you know.
Yeah, and then you also get an extra 5% because you got your friend Marine friend here.
All right, I will take out another ducky and rip the thing out and throw it.
Do you like rip the duckbill off, or is it like a little pin inside the duckbill mouth?
Boy, that's so much nicer in my head. I was like ripping a whole head off, so probably.
Oh, amazing! That's actually also very good. Because then I just imagine you just have like duck heads just everywhere.
Yeah. I will do that then.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling combat.
Success.
A good success. All right. Your grenade flies, rolls a little bit, and after a moment, explodes. Go ahead and roll for me. 2d or just 1d10 for this one. 6. You managed to completely blow off one of its legs. The one that was kind of limply hanging by it is completely gone now. And Bart, you can kind of see it just kind of like fly off to the other side.
Oh,
The cool crew over there. We're gonna give you a joint. I believe it's called a crisis check.
Oh.
So this is going to be a difficulty of 2. It's not an impossible check, but it is. You want to do it quickly, and you want to do it as quietly as relatively possible. So between the 3 of you, you need to have 2 successes in whatever you are trying to do. You can defend whatever skill you want to use. It just has to make sense in the context, and you need at least 2 successes between the 3 of you for it to like succeed in a timely manner.
Well, I'm using the hover forklift,
Okay.
so I want to use heavy machinery because that sounds right.
Perfect. Yep, that would apply.
Not sure what I'd use that with. Maybe speed?
I would say speed. Speed would be a applicable thing.
And I want to say that might be the only... It's funny, I had a check in firearms, or didn't use it earlier.
Whoops.
But yeah, that's it. So I guess speed plus 10, right?
Yep. Speed plus 10, yeah, that's what heavy machinery is.
Success!
Barely.
Barely.
A success. But a success nonetheless.
If I didn't use heavy machinery, I'd be dead right now.
You'd have taken your machinery and flown off into space. Fantastic. So you have 1 success. Dean and Jovi.
I suppose I have to finish the boxes. Is that correct? I will.
There's the other ski thing, the ski-doo or whatever it was called.
Sure. I'm not good at that. I'll just use athletics and speed to just kind of carry them as fast as possible.
Toss them.
Yeah.
Toss them.
Haphazardly. That is the best I can do.
Okay.
Hard failure.
That's a bad
failure.
So yeah, you try your best, but some of these, like, there's just like big boxes left. They're very, very hard to move in any sort of speedy fashion. So you are making progress, but it is not fast progress.
You see Terry kind of like drive past Dean as Dean is just carrying a couple of boxes. And then I just kind of like yell over to Joe, oh wait, we gotta be quiet, right?
Well, we don't know that.
I guess I don't. I kind of yell over to Jovi. I'm just like, Jovi, get on the ski lift thing. Get on it.
Okay, if you say so.
Jovi, what are you doing
for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could use engineering for that.
Yeah, if there's another thing I can load stuff with, then I'll totally do that.
Sure.
Okay. Intellect, I assume?
Yeah, with this one you can do intellect.
Okay.
No pressure.
Damn.
Well,
did you put engineering towards
I think I passed like 1 thing, yeah. This thing hates me.
Oh.
Man,
so
that
is a failure. So what this determines is that you are making slow progress. Things are just heavier. The skiff is not working the way that you think it's supposed to work, Jovi, so you're having a hard time trying to figure it out and kind of like wasting a little bit of time and taking up space for Terry to like get his machine in there to move the stuff around. So it's just taking time. Billy and Bert, what would you like to do? As this creature is attempting to half-heartedly claw its way up the side of the wall.
Since it's kind of moved into a closer range, I'm going to shoot at it again with my SMG.
Okay. Go ahead and make a combat check with your firearms.
How did I fail that?
Yeah, this thing's got us.
Well, you rolled over a 57. Is what you did.
I succeeded.
Yes, I did.
So you shoot this gun, and it's very loud. It's very, very loud, and you see that the head kind of shifts over towards you, and whether it's due to desperation or finally finding something to hunt, it begins to scuttle towards you very quickly.
Billy, it's coming right for me.
I'm gonna pull my. I'm gonna use my. Where is it? My rigging gun.
Amazing. That has a harpoon on the end.
Yes, it sure does. And I'm gonna. Is there more of a trail behind it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of trail behind it. Yep.
Okay, so I will try to. My goal is to impale it into the ground.
Incredible. Okay.
So
Cool,
I'm gonna
cool.
hope for the best with that, based on where Bert is pointing and where the blood is.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so this will again negate the disadvantage. So you'll just have to succeed fairly well for it to pin it.
Yeah.
If it's a success, you will hit it. If it's a very good success, you'll be able to pin it to the ground.
Okay.
Excellent. For those at home, Emma would have had to roll above a 76 to fail. Billy Wallace is made for combat. Yeah, so you do manage to hit it, and it does. The line on the harpoon goes taut, but it is still kind of moving a little bit. Go ahead and roll damage for that, actually, before we get too far to see how much damage you do.
8.
8? Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it pierces into it, and Bert, you can see that it hit somewhere that it got a really good hold on it, and it's just kind of like pulling itself now towards you, and it's kind of got I would say it has a look of desperation on its face, but it doesn't really have. It's just teeth. You just see teeth.
It just doesn't have a face.
It just doesn't have a face, so it's just a lot of teeth looking at you. And you hear Dana yell, "Okay, how's it going?"
Good.
It's going. It's crawling.
You see Dana typing something into the computer.
No.
Meanwhile, the Lodi boys.
No.
No, wait a minute. wait a minute, man.
Okay. So once again, I'm here to tell you that you need to succeed twice between the three of you to make any sort of substantial progress.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing because I've been doing really good at my job, and this is my job as a loader. So
That is what I do.
speed with a bonus for heavy machinery. Boop. Oh God in heaven!
Aw,
why?
buddy.
It's my turn to
buddy.
shine.
Buddy. There's just a whole lot of space, and you got a whole lot of not space, and you got a whole lot of big space to take up.
Whole lot of dead space.
Dead space.
It's like I'm like panicking a little bit because of how slow we're taking, and I like hit the cargo instead of like getting it right under there to lift it. So I like hit it and it scoots the cargo out of the way, and I gotta like readjust and everything like that. And I'm like, shit.
Let a pro show you how it's done.
What? Shut the hell up!
There I go. I cannot get this.
What
This
did
thing
you
hates
do?
me.
Just as bad.
Oh, very
Just
same.
literally the same.
Yeah.
So it's like two parallel. Terry on the right is just like bonking into stuff, and then Jovi's on the left just bonking into stuff.
I've now readjusted my position, but it's now wrong because you bonked it out of the way.
I'll just do the same. I don't have much else I can roll, so I'll do the same. Athletics and speed.
Okay.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Hey.
It's a 95.
Yeah, it rolls so high.
No progress is made this day. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. There is no progress here, only death. Since Bert is not here, Billy, what would you like to do? For the sake of this, we know Bert is kind of generally telling you where this thing is, plus your harpoon is sticking into it.
So harpoon is sticking into it, and I can see that Dana's typing something into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I hate it here so much. I am going to. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this needs to happen with the creature, but it does say that when there's a body save that needs to happen, or else it becomes entangled.
Oh. Then let's do that. Also, if the harpoon gets pulled out, it takes an extra D10 damage, by the way.
Would it be possible then for me to pull it out of the target while simultaneously shooting the revolver near what's her name, like several feet away, to scare her, to be like, stop fucking typing into the goddamn computer. Is that possible?
Yeah, you could pull the harpoon out without too much. I think there's just like a button you can push and it just retracts it really fast.
I have something to try to delay her from typing in.
Then I will just focus on destroying the creature.
Okay. Yeah. You're just retracting it?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you can just roll it an extra d10. You'll just automatically do damage.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay. So you hear the sound of it ripping through something, and Bert, you see a rather gruesome display of like if this is its back half and this is its front half, it kind of does this. As it's not quite bisected, but it is pulled asunder as this harpoon goes free, and it does lay there and it does not move.
Can I tell if it's moving anymore? Is it even wriggling?
It does not seem to be wriggling. Right now it seems to be motionless.
Alright, so first things first is because she never left my side, Tara's here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be like, do what you do best. Get in front of that keyboard.
Amazing.
And Tara is going to leap over and get in the way of Dana typing.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna make this a 50-50 shot of it working. So you roll me a D100. If it is above 50, then it succeeds. No, then it fails. Below 50. If it's 50 or below, then it succeeds. There we go.
Yes!
That's an 8.
Damn.
So, yes, the cat, sensing you as you kind of like gently toss it in that direction, runs over and hops up onto the console, and very carefully, not touching any of the keys, but just like gets into Dana's face, and is like just kind of like batting at her, and and is like kind of smacking at her hands and everything like that. So it has delayed the start of the scuttling.
I myself, from this distance, I'm just going to shoot at the front of the body still, just to
just to double tap.
Double taps.
Yeah. Billy has a patch that says, "When in doubt, double tap."
Good. Smart. All right, so same combat roll and everything.
Yeah, you'll get advantage because you're within close range. I'll give you advantage on that since it's not actually moving.
Well.
Oh wow!
Really
it's the advantage though, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah. So you got a 5.
Good. Yeah.
What I just wanted to see if I can get a perfect.
Yeah. So you don't have to roll damage for it because you just pop right into where its kind of headspace is, and it does not move. It doesn't kind of react to that at all.
Visible?
It does not.
Oh no! I hate that. Could have been tripping over those my whole life.
All right. What else? How?
Back to team fuck up.
Back to team. You're doing the best that you can with the resources you have.
You see Terry just like, oh.
Terry, I think these loaders are not working. I'm gonna need you to just manually do this with your big, strong arms. How does that sound?
Not great.
I'm going to stick a needle into your arms.
You're gonna what?
Stick a needle into your arms and give you a drug. Add 12 to your strength score for the next.
Ooh, okay.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna use
for the next
10
hours. For the next 10 hours,
dude.
Jesus,
you are roided up for the next
this is
forever.
Extremely addictive.
So I could do strength plus. Ooh. No, that wouldn't make any sense. I could do strength plus scavenging if I'm gonna get out of the thing, so somebody else can take the forklift or whatever. And then I just run back and forth with the luggage that way or whatever. As a way to do it. I think I'll do that. Just kind of go full.
I think you can add. There's like a mod section. I think you can add.
Oh yeah.
By the strength.
12 to that.
You would add 10.
There.
Oh yeah, 12 to yeah.
Oh, for 10 hours.
For 10 whole hours.
Let me see. Engineering. That wouldn't do anything. Firearms. No. Yeah. No. Okay. So it's gonna be plus 10 for scavenging.
Yeah.
In strength.
How? You had 77. You had 77
So
and
what it
still
looked like
somehow.
in my head, what it looked like in my doped up head was that like I just became the super powerful Hercules like figure, and then I run over to the boxes and I pick it up and I'm just holding like a whole stack of them and I run over. But what it looks like in real life is I'm so coked out of my mind that I only have the smallest of shoe boxes. They're like, yeah.
That boy, he's gone. Damn, hey, he's got the space madness now. You've done that.
I look at Joby with another needle in my hand.
No, sir. Before he can do anything, I'd use the forklift again.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh my God, a success! It's such a wow.
I just needed to be scared out of
it at the bit here.
You did it. You got some on there.
I want to say if Dean succeeds, that means you use this gift to get the last of the big luggage.
Yeah. If you manage to succeed this, if you succeed this, then you have gotten everything on there. If you do not succeed this, then there will be at least one more success needed.
Well, it explains why Dean can get it without using the forklift or the skiff.
Okay, I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
I can't find a better way to do this. Still low.
Oh man, that's a low number. Jesus, you got to make 43.
Yep.
Oh,
I don't really. Hey, guess what? I'm not built for any sort of physical abilities.
What about driving?
I'm good at computers. And
I can talk to computers. Okay, the Team Rocket. Your cat's doing a heckin' dance. Billy, you got your harpoon back. It's a little bit drippy, icky, but it's okay. What would you two like to do? You hear some commotion happening in the docking bay. No screaming or anything like that. Well, you do hear Terry kind of go, ah! But not in a, like, pained way, in, like, a triumphant way.
Billy is going to march over to Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And see what the fuck she thinks she's doing.
She's, like, in the process of, like, not, like, trying to, like, get around the cat, while it's, like, successfully batting away at her hands. And you can see as you approach that she had typed out all but the last S, or rather all of but the last letter of Scuttle, into the computer.
Stop it.
Stop.
No.
She looks over at you and sees you, and then she sees Bert, and then she sees you, and she says, Okay. How do you know there's not more of those down here, though?
Stop it. Delete it.
How do you know there's not more of them down there, though? How do you know? You're answering. You're not. Why do I need to listen to you? Again, I asked the same question to you. I'm technically in charge here. We can't see it. And
first of all, it's dead. Second of all, it's dead. Third of all, stop it.
But we can't see it, which means how do we know it's the only one?
I'm not sure why you're acting like a sociopath right now, but it would be delightful if you could stop, because there's still people here. You have crew members who are still here that you haven't found yet, and you don't actually know where they are, and you would rather blow this thing up and risk their lives when it's still isolated here and we could figure out if there's any more on here. And
Or
also,
we could die.
We don't know what's going on with the ship currently. We don't even know if we can get out of here. And you just want to go ahead and blow it up without thinking about these 30 other things? So perhaps maybe you could listen to the people who have some sense of military training around here and don't blow the goddamn whole asteroid up.
You can see that her tail and her ears, like her ears are back and her tail is just kind of like twitching. And I think Tara is kind of like mirroring that same vibe, except Tara is pointed towards like Dana. And she says, fine. And she goes to reach for the keys, like the keyboard.
Is she reaching for delete?
Yes. And she deletes it.
Billy doesn't leave until Dana walks away. She's just standing there.
Yeah, Dana will kind of like with a glare towards you, walk back over to Jerome. Had kind of made his way back to closer to where the crew quarter entrance was, so that's where she's going over in that direction.
Billy waits a second and then slowly turns around and walks over to Bert. Do you think that was too harsh?
No, that was right. That was right.
Okay.
I'm not ready to die.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Tara back over on my shoulder.
She scampers over and hops up,
Before
instantly purring.
You did great.
you
Wow.
did great. Before we leave, Billy will pull out 2 rubber duckies and like very quietly go place them near Jerome and Dana and then leave.
And Bert's going to kind of scan, and then if doesn't see anything, face towards the opening still, but then keep just walking backwards towards the ship while
Okay.
pointing still where the hole and everything was.
Okay. You do that. Lads.
It's just
lads.
cut back to us and
You
Terry's
literally just need
vomiting
one
next to
success.
the-
Yeah, between the three of you. You need one success between the three of you.
I believe you can do it, Terry. Just give it one more shot.
Here,
The
how
drugs
about I
should be-
just go first? Okay?
No, the drugs should be working now. Let the drugs do their work.
I failed.
Oh my, truly.
I don't know
amazing.
how it's possible to have
Here's what
so
I'm gonna
many
do.
failures.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Ugh. I'm just gonna take it steady, take it slow, and make sure I do it right, okay? So I'm gonna use intellect with heavy machinery instead of speed in heavy machinery.
Well, the strength should give you a 77. That's a very high. You just rolled bad, but a 77 is very high. Can you beat that with those stats?
Yeah, you still have your
The drugs last for 10
you're
hours.
still roided up.
You got a point there, Dean. I'll give it one more shot. And then it's strength plus 10. I did it.
Yay! You did it. You done did it.
I would have
By the
literally
power
succeeded
of
by anything
Bro.
with that score.
You would think that,
There's just
wouldn't
one
you?
large, one like body-sized box left, and I managed to lift it and just throw it on. You hear like almost everything inside of it shatter. It's like there.
The dock is clear. Your cargo is on. You hit the button and it goes.
And it takes forever. He's like standing
yeah.
on it as it's lifting up.
As
Get
it's doing,
ship!
as it's lifting up, and presumably Dean and Jovi, you start heading towards the ramp to get onto the ship. Bert and Billy, you can hear more of that high-pitched shrieking noise that the other creature made when it was in a lot of pain, coming from the pit, but it's louder.
As we're walking back, I'm going to just start chucking grenades down the pit.
Dana and Jerome are running towards you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just chucking.
Okay. Yeah. I think we can cut to a more narrative thing as you start chucking grenades, and you can see you all get onto your ship. And as you begin taking off, the ship does respond. The ship senses that there is cargo enough that it senses is what it's supposed to have. So it does allow you to disembark. But as you begin to pull away from the docking platform, Bert, right before you take off your infrared goggles, you look over to the pit, and you can see dozens of them pouring out of this pit and scrabbling on the ground like ants. As you pull back and you begin to fly away back to deliver to Delvane's whatever goods and sundries that he happened to need and want and pay a hefty sum for. That's the end of this adventure. Does anybody have any sort of like an epilogue that they want to give their character? Nothing like, unless you're like, I go home and then I fall asleep and I never wake up again. That's something. But you know,
I'd like it just like, you know, a moment like after this mission and this is, you know, a bit cleared and we've gotten our payment. You see Bert like lying in a bed in his quarters, and you just see Prince and Tara frolicking, jumping around the room, like chasing each other, and he's just kind of like laying there,
baby,
enjoying life.
Babies.
I have an after credit scene, I guess.
Sure.
It just shows Terry in the locker room at he's alone in the locker room at the place, and he's got this little token that says, "Is your morale improving?" And he just kind of like fingers it a little bit and just kind of looks at it, sighs, and then he decides to check his eyeball display, which is like a alpha complex thing. And weirdly enough, it says that he's gained 500 XP. And it's just like, I didn't think I was still connected, but why am I earning points? So he's just like, and then he looks at the token and he's like, and he turns off his eyeball display again.
How ominous. How very ominous. Anyone else have anything that they want to sayonara their characters with?
I got one, but I'll go last if anyone else has one.
Sure, I think Dean is in his laboratory with... It's after Bert's scene, so it's with Prince. Prince is there with him, and he's studying the vial with the yellow liquid and writing notes. What do you think, Dr. Prince? I agree. Write some notes down. That's it.
Wait, in this situation, did he actually hear a response from Prince, or just cheekily made a joke that Prince meowed back?
I am trained in linguistics. Dean does think he can talk to animals.
It would be so sweet if it was anyone else but Dean.
There you go, Billy.
I think that the scene is Billy writing in one of her many journals about how that perhaps she maybe should have allowed Dana to blow up that planet, and she's deeply regretful, but then she closes it and begins painting more rubber duckies. And that's it.
Jovi Bonbon, he's about to, go to sleep for the night and everything. And when he removes his shirt, he realizes he still had the little glass vial of the sample he took, but it's been cracked and it's rubbed all over his chest. And he's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Amazing. All right, so we fade out of this with a kind of a news flash that the headline says mining facility Ypsilon 14 decommissioned, and we see the a suited figure, a person in a very, very nicely fitted suit, turning off the screen and picking up a phone and saying, "Make sure you get Jovi here. There's still work to do." And hangs it up. And that's where we'll end. Dun dun dun.
Jovi's important.
Jovi's got some goo on him, and he's important now. Well done, everyone. You all survived, despite my best efforts. So, thank you for playing this very, very good game. Let us go around, reintroduce ourselves, tell people where we can find us, things you're doing, and a favorite moment of the evening. Let us start with Jovi Bonbon.
I'm Tom Bruno, playing Jovi Bonbon. What's my favorite moment of the evening? I like this. Jeez. I liked it that Dean gave me light speed. I didn't quite realize that until way later.
Dean was basically that one scene from the Star Trek reboot where he just kept injecting Kirk with all those drugs. And it's like, stop injecting!
Yes, Dean was pretty awesome. Just in general, just experimenting and stuff. Yeah.
What a terribly wonderful android.
And,
what are you doing these days, Tom? Where can people find you and your stuff? Books?
Writing books. You can find me on pretty much any social media as T.A. Bruno Author. And I have 2 books out in the wild called In the Orbit of Sirens and On the Winds of Quasars. You can get them on Amazon.
They're
in
very
any
good.
format you like.
If you like spooky, they also have that in them.
Yeah, they got a little bit of spooky in them. Second one more than the first one, too.
I'm excited. Let us hop over to Jason. Hi, buddy.
Hi. Jason, you can find me as Tcuddler on the social medias. I was Bert the Bear, Papa Bear Barrington. And you can mostly find me pretty much on the Mythos Mystery Society. And if we're doing a favorite moment, just the fact that Tara did cat things and got in the way of a keyboard.
MVP.
MVP, Tara.
They know that's what cats do.
Tara Cat does good. Emma.
Hello. You can find me at Dreadvoid Witch everywhere on the internet. And my favorite moment from this evening was actually the moment after the very first tape we listened to, and the moment where it said "Don't touch it," and then there's Billy and Jovi like, "Oh, fuck, okay." So early on, just so damned. That was my favorite moment. You can find me here sometimes. You can find me Tuesdays over at Dice Prairie with Ty and Maria in a Monster of the Week game that Ty runs. And you can find me over on my channel on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and the weekends sometimes, where I am a variety streamer who mostly plays Valheim, but also am playing other spooky games this month. And, I have a TTRPG that I'm going to finish with Maria and Alex, Halloween weekend. It's very spoopy. And that's me.
All right, Ty.
Ty, you can find me at Baller and Brawler on Twitter. You can find me here. You can find me on Dice Prairie on Tuesdays, like I said. And that's about it. That's about the only place you can find me. My favorite moment from tonight was all of us failing to load a box for like 3 rounds. Just fucking up more than we should have.
The pathos.
Yeah.
Do not trust this computer anymore.
To a point where we had to give you drugs in order to succeed in that task.
That was the only logical course of that you could have taken. I'm going to introduce myself because then, Dave, you can just kind of take us out of here. I'm Maria. Hello. I ran this game tonight. This was a very fun time, a very good time. I am also a variety streamer. I stream Saturdays through Thursdays, except on Wednesdays, where I play games of a variety of sorts. I also have spooky games that I am currently playing on Tuesday mornings. I'm playing through Divinity 2 with James on Sunday evenings. Saturdays, I started a new talk show called Nightcap, where I talk to cool people about cool things, including a variety of people on this stream it's coming out later this month and into next month, so keep an eye out for that. I also do art, such as the overlay you see here, and the starting soon screen and all that good stuff. So give me money and I'll make you look pretty on a stream. My favorite moment of this evening, I'm very glad that there were cats involved in this entire thing, both as people and as animals, and I'm really glad all of them did survive. That was very exciting. But everyone's like, specifically, I think Dean's interaction with Prince is my favorite thing in this entire game. Very spooky scares. We had a very good cat. And then, of course, Dave, the one and only.
This is me. I am Dave. I played Terry RBEL6, the loader. You can find us at Mystery Mythos on Twitter. You can find us at the Mythos Mystery Society on basically every fucking social media website ever. So like YouTube, podcast, other ones, TikTok, I guess. I'll talk about my favorite moment, and then I'll talk about what's coming up for MythosCon. But favorite moment was I liked just the weird fight scene of Terry going off, listening to a rock album for a second while Dean was getting eviscerated. Like the visuals of that in my head was really cool. And the fake out of that was interesting, is like, because when you're a horror GM, that there's a thrill of the hunt. There
was a tape you didn't find.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to listen to it later because I own it, but yeah. I'll do it in my own time. I'll
play it for you off the stream.
It was cool. That was my favorite moment. So what's coming up for MythosCon is tomorrow is the final day of MythosCon, to which Chris will be running us through a game called Dad Ventures in Paradise. And it's a powered by the Apocalypse system. He is heavily modded, so we're all just a bunch of dads. Sounds like it's gonna be fucking weird, but great. The nights before, you can already start watching some of Bubblegum Shoe on YouTube, because I've already started uploading most of it. From there, if you want, we have a Teespring store. And right now for the week of MythosCon, so like from now until basically the 21st, you can get the discount codes. If you type in MythosCon, all one word, I don't know if the caps matter, but all caps, you get $5 off your purchase. And if you type in Schmuckies, SCHMUCKIES, you get free shipping, and they do stack, so have fun. And with that, this has been The Haunting of Ypsilon 14, brought to you by Schmuckies. Schmuckies, do you got one, Maria?
No. I sure don't. No. Schmuckies, it's coming out of the holes.
Schmuckies, it's coming out of the hole.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Oh no, I hate it the most.